I posted my review the other day of Pop! OS, and I'm really happy with it still. But I wanted to show you the differences between running it on my desktop and my laptop. So running on a laptop means you have to have a few other things functioning and working, and those bases are covered with Pop! OS. Now, let's first start with what this laptop is running. So this is running the same version, Pop! OS 1804. It's on my laptop here with a Intel Core i5-5300U that has 4 cores, Intel HD graphics, 5500 and 64-bit. So this is not a powerful laptop. This laptop is my daily driver per se. It's what I use all the time. It is constantly with me because this is what I take to both clients, and this is actually my only computer I use at home is this laptop. So I'm on it quite a bit, especially when I'm traveling or setting things up. So I need it to work. I need all the functions of the laptop to work. And Pop! OS seems to have no problems with any of those. So although you can't see the difference here, it does adjust the screen brightness properly, which is great. Surprisingly, it has the icons for things like turning my keyboard lights on and off. By the way, this is a Lenovo X250. I've reviewed this laptop before. You can find it here, and I'll leave it in the description below, along with my original review of Pop! OS. Now, some of the differences that I really need on my laptop, first is VPN. And they make it really simple to have the VPN here. So we have it set up. And I'm going to do a separate video on how to set up OpenVPN with Linux, because there's sometimes some nuances. It doesn't import exactly the same as it does, let's say, in Windows. I haven't covered this process before, but I will show you that it does work perfectly fine. So I can go here, hit connect, and up in the corner we get the little key. So now it says connected to LTS Office VPN, and I can just go back to turn off, and it turns off the VPN. Pretty straightforward. One thing I will comment on, if you don't know this, and jump over here to the terminal, if you want to install OpenVPN, it does not come with that out of the box, I noticed. So if you go to apt-get install network-manager-openvpn, make sure you're sudo so you have permission to install that. That adds the OpenVPN to the networking in here. So I'm going to cover that as a little side note if you're trying to get a VPN set up. I don't know why they don't include OpenVPN installed out of the box, but they don't. So easy enough to put it in there, but maybe not as easy to find if you're trying to Google that and try to figure out how to get OpenVPN on there. Now, smooth-wise, even though right now, and like we're going to open up HTOP and show you, I'm using Simple Screen Recorder to record this. And Simple Screen Recorder, even at idle, is pulling up, well, Firefox is pulling up some of this stuff too, but you can see Simple Screen Recorder is pulling up about 20% of the processing power of the machine in general. But that doesn't slow it down any in terms of everything still is really smooth. I can see a slight difference from running it or not running it, but not really that big. So it still is a fairly efficient window management here. Now, the key differences compared to running this on a desktop are going to be, of course, the battery. And they put here, so you have your battery options. You can choose battery life, balanced, or high performance. I have it on balanced. Battery life means you're going to extend your battery life and it will dim the screen, I believe. Yeah, it set it to dim. You probably can't see that with the screen recorder, but I like that they have the options just right here to move it around and make adjustments. So that's one key difference. Of course, the battery charging indicator is a difference. I do have Bluetooth on my laptop. I currently have it turned on, but something else it does have an option for is like airplane mode where you can turn that off. Now, your Wi-Fi manager is pretty simple as well. You can turn off Wi-Fi, go to Wi-Fi settings, and it shows all the different Wi-Fi. So they keep that really clean interface for this, and you have the airplane mode right here. Now, the other thing you have for the power options, these are a little bit more extended than they were on my desktop as well, because you get the battery percentage here, screen brightness, keyboard brightness, which is cool, as it lets me adjust that, dim when screen inactive, blank screen, turn Wi-Fi off or Bluetooth off to save power. I'm actually turn Bluetooth off now. I don't use it that often. So Bluetooth's off. And automatic suspend when battery power on. And when power button is pressed, power off. And you can change these settings on here. Now, something you may have noticed is by default, it wants to turn off the laptop, put it in suspend mode when you close the lid, but you notice that option isn't here. They set that by default, but if you want to put this in a dock or just close it and use an external monitor, There is a way to change that setting, and we just use the GNOME tweaks. Go to power, and by default this is on, and I can change it if I didn't want it to suspend when closed. I don't have a dock to test if that switches any automatic options. It might if you have a laptop that supports docking. Some of those will stay on because it doesn't show the lid closed when it's plugged into the dock, so it changes that dynamically. I don't have any way to test that here. But other than that, it's pretty much the same other than the power statistics and the battery statistics. But the battery life so far, after using it for a week, has been great. I haven't had any issues compared to when I was running KDE Neon on here. This laptop, generally speaking, has really good battery life, so it's really not been a big concern, but I do care how much the OS strains on it with the graphics and things like that. And I think there's simpler poster graphics, and GNOME seems to have matured quite a bit and just become less of a hog when it comes to some of the resources on the screen and things like that. So that probably contributes to the better battery life, plus the latest kernel and everything else and all the tweaks that are in there. But those are just a few of the differences running it on my laptop. And like I said, all the keys work, all the multimedia keys work, the on-screen displays. It works perfectly fine with my laptop. I've had zero Wi-Fi problems on here. And so this is not been a bad experience at all, but I wanted to show you just a couple differences and that it does work great on a laptop as well. So it's not just a good desktop operating system, it's a good laptop operating system. So that's it. Just a quick video about that. Thanks. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and click the thumbs up. Leave us some feedback below to let us know any details, what you like and didn't like as well, because we love hearing the feedback. Or if you just want to say thanks, leave a comment. If you want to be notified of new videos as they come out, go ahead and hit the subscribe and the bell icon. That lets YouTube know that you're interested in notifications. Hopefully they send them, as we've learned with YouTube. Anyways, if you want to contract us for consulting services, you go ahead and hit lawrencesystems.com, and you can reach out to us for all the projects that we can do and help you. We work with a lot of small businesses, IT companies, even some large companies, and you can farm different work out to us or just hire us as a consultant to help design your network. Also, if you want to help the channel in other ways, we have a Patreon. We have affiliate links. You'll find them in the description. You'll also find recommendations to other affiliate links and things you can sign up for on lawrencesystems.com. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.